Elena is somebody that I've grown to respect so much over the past several months. And we've been together for, I guess, working together for like 6 months or so. Elena is an amazing communicator, a truly heartfelt, in integrity-filled coach. Like Elena, I mean every word I'm saying. The way you present, the way you show up, the way you help other people in our community, the way you help your clients, it really is, it's meaningful. That's the word that comes to mind. So Elena works. Elena, I'm going to shut up. I'm going to let you say who you work with. I don't.
Yeah.
You have better not do. So, Elena, say who you work with, what you do, so people can get context, can see their own market through your lens, and then Brody, take it away.
Thanks so much, Chris. Thanks for so much for inviting me to be here. Thanks to Olivia for all her help too. So my name is Elena Duetsch, and I help women lawyers who feel stuck, trapped, they're spinning. They want to make a change, but they're trapped in their own fear and not knowing what else they can do. And I help them figure it out, take some steps, have clarity and action plan, move forward, whether they stay in law or figure out and do something else.
Yay.
Amazing,
And the
amazing. This
reason we
is
have
great.
Elena here and other people, and then Brody, I'm quit interrupting, is
No,
because
you're fine.
I want each of you to see others doing what you want to do that are a few steps ahead of you. Sometimes the person who's 10 miles ahead of you can't help you because you can't
Yeah.
relate. You need somebody who's like you're on step A and they're on step B or C or D. Like that's who we're talking about here. So Brody and Elena, go for it.
Yeah, yeah. And so, Elena, good to see you, of
It's,
course.
yeah.
So I want to step back for a second because you were sitting in the shoes of everybody that's in this room on Zoom with us not too long ago. And I'd love to find out, like, what brought you in the room? Like, what was happening for you at the time?
So when I came across Chris and Group Coach Nation, I I was having trouble with client acquisition. I was having a hard time getting new clients.
Yeah,
And, business has ups and downs and ups and downs.
yeah,
And I just want to say this other thing that I once heard that always helps me. So it's like, no one who's ahead of you, like how Chris was saying that someone might be a couple of steps ahead of you, no one who's ahead of you will ever judge you. It is
yep. They'll
only,
never put
it
you
is
down. They'll
only
never
people
put you down.
who are not in the game or, who might judge you. So just if you're feeling any judgment from peers or friends or family or whatever, like like any entrepreneur who's in the game will never judge you.
Yeah, that's so, so, so true. I'm so
So
glad that you said that as well, because I think what it reinforces is that A, like being in the group is really important in the group
yes.
environment here,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
being around mentors that have done what you have done, even
Yeah.
other people in business as well.
Yeah.
Like when people ahead of you, they first of all, they're doing their thing. They don't
They're
have time to judge, first of all, but
no,
they also respect you so much because they
yeah,
get it, right?
because they get it. So I just wanted to say that. Back to your question though, I was having a hard time with client acquisition, and I was feeling
Okay.
pretty low. And I found Chris, and he said all the things, and I was like, okay, and I've been to lots of programs, I've done lots of things. I have
Yeah.
a group coaching component already. I had moved out of one on one, but
Right.
finding Chris and a group of like-minded peers and people in Group Coach Nation who are ahead of me, and people
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
Coach Nation who I can support and help and have that connection with has been great.
Beautiful, beautiful. Elena, you just said something really, really powerful about the fact that there's people in the group that but that are ahead of you. And I
Yeah.
think this is really, really important as we talk about group coaching, is that this is the power of the group coaching. This is the
Yeah.
leverage for you as the coach and for Chris and his team, is that the participants get like often more value from the community than they
Yeah.
actually get from the community leader. And sometimes when people are transitioning from one-to-one into group coaching, there's this mental block that no, but like I need to be the one that gives them everything because they're in that pattern and they're so used to it.
Yeah.
But inside the container, it's the community that actually contributes the most. So I'm glad you brought that up. All
Yeah.
right. So talking about inside the container, you're inside the program. What are some of the things that you've found really beneficial that have supported you by being in this community? I know you mentioned Olivia before, but like what's it
Yeah.
been like being on the inside?
I really do feel like the weekly coaching with Olivia has been extremely helpful. both in terms of strategy and mindset and community and connection. And just knowing I had a weekly touch point that was, and I mean, and then Chris often leads like a training call on Thursdays. So if that's the same model you're working with, I know things are,
Oh yeah.
Chris is
Yeah.
always tweaking and always trying
No,
to,
this is
trying to,
yeah, nice. Yeah, I love it.
so
Yeah.
don't, I'm not promising you that, but, knowing I had weekly accountability support, check in, someone to bounce ideas, I'm thinking about doing this. And then again, getting input from the peers in the group was instrumental.
Yeah, beautiful,
Yeah.
beautiful stuff. I have a question from the audience, actually. I'd love it. This is a great
Yeah.
question. So Natalie says, how long did it take you to switch from one-to-one to group? Like, what was the, I know you said you already had a group component before, but like in terms of your journey, what was that like?
Um, it's a little hard for me to answer that question because my program that I built like 8 years ago now,
Yeah.
always I built it as a hybrid program.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
but before that, I was doing one-on-one coaching and I just knew it wasn't sustainable for me. So I
Yeah.
didn't have to go through like a really hard transition, but I actually don't think it's that hard. You get full and you start telling your people, or I'm a huge fan of a hybrid model. And so you can keep a one-on-one component and then add in the group and then slowly kind of taper down your one-on-one
Yeah.
or raise your prices for your one-on-one. So
Yeah.
I don't
Yes.
think it's
Social
hard.
classes.
I
Yeah.
think add the group component. I learned this from another coach, Fabienne Fredrickson, and she said, never take away, right? Like if you're working with someone and they're in a program, not a one-on-one coaching engagement, but if they're in a one-on-one coaching engagement, add in a group thing for them. And then they're
Yeah.
getting an incredible value add, and then you get to transition that way.
Yeah, that's
Mhm.
really, really, really important. So I wanted just two things that you've mentioned that I think are really good. So, Nathalie, the question, how long did it take you to switch from one-to-one to group coaching? The answer is a decision today, and it's done.
Yeah,
So that's what
that's right.
you're here over the next 2 days to do. You're now a group coach, Nathalie, and that's what we're designing, and that's it. So there's no timeline; it's done. The second piece that you just said there, Elena, which is really, really good, was about hybrid models and things like that. And you
Yeah.
said never take something away. And I want to just reframe this just for everybody there. When you're transitioning into group coaching, what often happens is we feel like we have to add more because, well, I'm
Yeah.
not offering one-to-one, so I'm going to throw all of these things in there. We're going to be talking to you about a minimum viable offer in the next couple of days, and that's like the base offer. What I would suggest for everyone, to Elena's point around the one-to-one element, I would actually recommend you don't offer one-to-one as part of the actual offer, because when you offer it, it becomes an expectation, and
Yeah.
then people don't actually show up to the group calls. It can be perversively against the group model. But have it in your back pocket as a surprise and delight for people when they really need it. And so say, hey, like, do you want to jump on a one-on-one call with me? And what happens is the perceived value of your program increases because you're taking that extra time with them specifically on their needs. And so just keep that as one of those things
Yeah.
that you pull out. So Elena, you've been in the program now for a while. Can you tell us a little bit about what's happened in your business as a result of being in the community and some of the shifts and changes you've seen?
Yeah, I mean, I think my visibility like on LinkedIn has gone up. My followers on LinkedIn has gone up. I'm still working on building the client acquisition model, like the system, but have definitely been trying lots more new things and using LinkedIn more strategically and messaging. And so yeah, and I've launched, I had this mastermind already, but I relaunched it and I have 8 people in it. And yeah, I did just a group only sprint in the fall that was really successful. And that created a lot of momentum and energy in my business. And I haven't shared this with Chris yet, but it's turned out to be my best year in business yet.
Oh,
Yeah.
what? Mic drop.
Save
That
that.
makes me
No surprise for
so
you, Chris. Yeah.
this makes me so happy. Oh my
I'm so
gosh.
glad. I'm so glad.
Beautiful,
Yeah.
beautiful.
And Group
It's
Coach
so
Nation has
funny.
definitely been a part of it. Yes.
I was about to ask, like, I was about to ask Katie if you don't mind sharing, like, what's been the financial lift, but you've just answered the question there. Best year ever in business.
Yeah.
Elena, I want to talk about your next year now. So you're on a
Mm-hmm.
trajectory. You've had your best
Mm-hmm.
year yet.
Yeah.
Often when we're thinking about these sorts of things, and everyone here's dreaming at the moment, they're thinking like, what could be?
Yeah.
Just as a human being, I'd love to find
Mm-hmm.
out, like, what are you now looking forward to over the next year as a result of all of this work, and what's opening up for you?
It's a really great question. I'm not 100% sure I can answer it fully, but I'm going to continue to think on it. I think it's a great question, though. Like, how do I want to capitalize on this momentum? Um, yeah, I'm going to think about that. I think build more group experiences and group programs, and I'm
Elena,
probably
are
Yeah.
we
going to
going to
do
be
like a 2-day summit like this. I'm going to do one live. I do know I'm going to in January, I'm going to do a live one in a live group thing in New York. So, because I live in New York, so I'm going to do a live. So it's going to be
Beautiful.
live from New York. It's Will Clarity Camp.
I love it. I love it.
Yes, yes.
Elena, I live in New York City as well. I live like right in Manhattan.
Oh,
So
me too.
like
So yeah,
there we
let's.
go.
Yeah,
Amazing.
yeah,
Amazing.
y'all
If
need to talk
you
and
if
strategize about that? Yeah.
Yeah, I just I guess one last word for everybody here. I'd love to
yeah.
kind of find out from you. If you like sitting in the shoes that everyone here is in right now and sitting where
Mm-hmm,
you are right now, what
mm-hmm.
advice would you give them about like just yeah, do you have any advice for them around what you think that they should be thinking, doing, feeling, seeing, believing at the moment and when they're in this position?
Um, I mean, I really believe that God did not put the desires of our in our hearts if they're not achievable and if they're not safe passage. And so I would say for me, and I try and remember that, and for you, that the desires in your heart are safe passage
Beautiful.
and they are
Beautiful stuff.
achievable. I don't think God gives us things, desires, if we can't achieve them. I don't think that's how the universe works. So
Amazing.
yeah.
Amazing stuff. That's really, really powerful. Elena, thank you so much. Please put a yes into the chat to give Elena some feedback if this has been valuable for you. We appreciate you
Elena,
being
thank
here
you
today
so
on what looks
much.
like a
You're
very
so
cold
welcome,
day from your
Chris.
card. Elena, everybody, thank you.